Hi. Desmond and I just got done filming, and I turned on the camera and Desmond just went for it. He just started telling his story, and that was really cute. But I didn't get a chance to really introduce him. That's Desmond, who I just filmed with. That is my husband, and yeah, we've had some experiences together. But we just got done filming, and I wanted to try to get another story done, like just while I had everything set up and that. And I asked Desmond which story he thought I should do next. And he mentioned the story that I'm gonna do now. And so it's a story about when I was in, I think, grade 9, and it was about a little it's about a boyfriend I had at the time, and there's a little bit of a backstory to it, and I'll let you guys in on that when I'm done. So yeah, it was grade 9. That was nothing serious. There was like, it was just a little thing. I was down at my uncle Jack and Virginia's place, and I was babysitting my cousin Bradley, and Bradley was really small at the time, and I remember Brad being in his room, and I think he fell asleep. I was on the phone with said boyfriend, and I was talking to him. I called him at his place, and we were talking. Bingo was over. That's where Jack and Virginia were, and they came in and they seemed mad. They were angry about something, and they were arguing, I think. And sorry. And Virginia stormed off in the room, and Jack was angry, and I didn't want to ask for a ride home. It was really dark. It was winter. It was cold, and I wasn't going to ask for a ride because I knew that something was going on, so I didn't want to interrupt. And so I put on my shoes and everything, and I left. And like I said, I was talking to this boyfriend. I called him at his place, which was about 20 minutes away from me, from Hagwilget. And if you know Jack and Virginia's place, going out, there's sort of like a one-lane road going, and on the side of that road there's a cliff, and about halfway through that road there's a trail, sort of like a road going down, and that goes down to the water gauge. You can keep going up the hill, up the road, and it goes up to the main part of the reserve, and you go up past the church, and there's my grandmother's house, then my Auntie Rose's house, and then there's my house. But I'm still way down here. And right about where the trail goes down to the water gauge, and I hear the boyfriend, clear as day. Melissa, I came to see you. He was like, come on. There's a trail like just right down here. We can go. And I turn, and immediately I think about, like, I just hung up with this guy. Like, he's about 20 minutes away in a vehicle. And he's down in that trail, and I'm I'm sitting there like, I don't say anything because I know for a fact that that's not him. He's using very distinctive clothes, which is like said boyfriend. But he's wearing this scarf that's like wrapped around his mouth and that. And he's like, come on, let's go. There's a trail like right down there. It's so fast. Like, let's go. I came all the way here to see you type of thing. And I was literally just standing there, and I didn't want to, like, I didn't want to look away because I knew that wasn't him. And I kind of looked up the road, like how far it would be, and I knew, like, if I kept going up that road, it would still be creepy because, like, he could be like right there beside me. So I looked up and I seen that my grandmother's washroom lights were on, and then I seen that her kitchen light was on, and I looked at the deep snow, and it looked like it would have been like just past my knee, and I was right. At the time, like, there's houses in that area now, but at the time there were no houses there. And this guy's still talking to me, still trying to talk me into going down this trail with him. And he's like, come on, I came all this way. I wanted to see you. I came here just to see you. He's like, take my hand, let's go. And he's like, aren't you flattered? Come on, let's go. And I was like, freaked right out because I know this guy isn't here. And I went and looked back at my grandma's, and I didn't even really make a decision because, like, in the summertime, I know that there's like a trail kind of going behind there. I just started running or walking, like slowly going through this deep snow, and I just kept my eyes on my grandma's house. Whatever this thing was that was in the woods came up more, and he was like right in the wood line, and he was like, what are you doing? He was like, I came all this way to see you. Why are you acting like this? And he's like, come on, I came here to see you. Like, he's saying this, and I'm like walking through this deep snow just to get away from him. And I must have been screaming or whimpering or something. I'm going up the trail, and I just focus on my grandmother's house, and I can hear this guy saying a bunch of things to me, and I'm not saying anything to him. Something was telling me not to say anything, to keep my mouth shut. And I'm pretty sure my grandmother seen me coming up the trail from the kitchen window. And she came out the back door, and she was standing there waiting for me, and she was like, hurry up. And as soon as I got to the top of the hill, she was like, get going. And she spanked me, and she said, I phoned your mom. I told her what was happening. And I didn't even stop. I just kind of got up and I started running. And I went onto the main road, and I went into the house, and Mom was sitting on her brown chair, and she said, I just got off the phone with Mother. And apparently I don't need to spank you because Grandma spanked you. And I just went down on my knees, and I was like sitting at Mom's feet, and I put my head on her knees. And I'm full of snow, and Mom was like, get out of those clothes, you're You're gonna get sick, and I'm gonna tell you the story of what you saw. And I didn't really understand why she knew what I saw. Like, how did they know what I saw? Like, they weren't there. I didn't get it. So I went to the basement, and I took off my clothes, and my clothes were stiff and like thick with snow, and I shook them out, and I laid them out in front of the stove, and I put on a big t-shirt that was in the laundry room, and I went and sat down with Mom again, and I put a towel down where I was because there was a lot of snow there. And my mom said, there used to be an urban legend. There used to be a legend that was passed down generations about the otter people. And I'm probably not remembering it properly. If you know the story, if you heard the story, like, please, like, comment down below and tell me what you heard. But this is what I remember, is that the otter people come from the river. And if you're thinking about someone too much, and if you have someone on your mind, that's who they emulate, that's who they turn into, and they'll come and they'll try to take you, and the only thing they can't change is their lips. And I was like, okay, like, that was why, like, the big scarf was around the mouth and everything. Like, I get it now. And they said if you go with them, it's said that we could follow your footprints or something until you get to the river, and then it will start turning into otter prints, and you'll never come back. And that is how I was told about the otter people. And I never talked to that person that I was dating ever again. Not his fault, but yeah, that was freaky.